Hi, I'm Luan Akin with Tagawa Gardens here in Centennial, Colorado, talking about something really special and really fun today with Dee, our queen of houseplants. She's also our queen of bonsai. Bonsai is so much fun, and for me, so intimidating. What do I do with that?
It can be. I killed my first 5.
Oh, that's good. I feel better already.
But one thing we say once you killed your first one is congratulations, you're one step closer to becoming an expert.
I like it.
But it's usually the junipers that we kill.
These are just so beautiful. And the whole idea is to make them look miniature in scale and to where, a tree would look like that up on a windswept cliff or something.
Pretty much duplicate nature in a miniature form.
In a miniature form. So, if we're not supposed to be intimidated, it's up to you to take that fear factor out of here. Pruning, in a lot of ways, it's really all about pruning.
It is, especially on the indoor bonsai or the tropical plants because they grow so much and you got to keep at them. You really want to not let their leaves get big. If you do, then they get leggy and they lose their shape. So you want to follow that stem all the way down to where there's a tiny leaf and you just cut just above that. And you do that all over the plant.
It's going to be naked.
It will, but then it's going to just grow like crazy, yeah.
Okay.
And whereas with the outdoor bonsai, the plants that need cold temperatures, and that's one reason why I killed these, is because I didn't keep them cool enough in the winter. They only get pruned once a year when they're in a candle form. And that's how we kill them.
Candle, that new tender growth.
Right. We try to prune them in the wrong time of year, and then they get ugly. They get these little brown tips all over them, and then it takes a few years to clean that up.
30 seconds. Show me what you can do to just
clip it back or
just go for it. Let's see.
You can,
that's part of the intimidation factor. I'm afraid because I can't
Don't be
backtrack.
afraid. And the key is to cut back to the closest leaf that's the smallest. So I'm looking for a tiny leaf. A good rule to go by is take it back by 1/3 to half
of its original.
Of the original.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just keep working your way around looking for all the big leaves, and eventually, it does add to the shape.
It looks better already.
Yeah.
It really does.
I know some of these you can't see, but we're just going to work our way. Well, and then what I do is I look for any downward facing branches. Okay. I'll cut anything off. This one already has some good shape to it. I'm trying to open it up so I see the nice stem, because that's what gives you the character.
That I was going to say, this is big. This is really big.
This is an old baby. This is about 15 to 20 years old.
Yeah. So if you make a mistake, you're really upset with yourself.
Well, the good thing is if you make a mistake, it usually grows back. Maybe a little different, but yeah.
The trunk is stunning. I just wanted to show everybody this monster over here. We've had this for some time here at Tagawa's.
And 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, look at the shape, look at the character, and the roots. You're supposed to see the roots because in real life, that's what you would see.
Yeah, we don't want to see a topiary or a stick sticking up out of the soil. Right. The character of the plant is actually the root going down into the soil and then coming up out.
It's stunning. So, we're going to plant a bonsai. You are.
Oh, okay, you're not going to do it? Okay.
No, I'm not. So you should just
what you want to do is prep your pot. We're going to do screening in there and then the wire. And people think the wire is actually for training or changing the shape of the stem, but the wire is used mostly to hold the plant in the pot. So when we water it, we want to make sure the top 1/3 of the soil dries down in between waterings, and we use wire. I don't know if you can see the wire down there.
It goes underneath the pot.
Keeps the plant from floating out when we go to soak it. We actually take it soak it into a bucket of water. The water level goes up about here, and it bubble. Once it's done bubbling, you pull it out and let it drain. Okay. But the wire is what holds the plant in, keep it from floating away.
Okay. All right.
So we get a pre-wired pot. Then
these are specialty bonsai pots. This is not your average pot.
They usually have very large holes in the bottom of the pot. You can see it here, very large. And then we have the smaller holes that hold on to the wire. Okay. Then you take a coarse aggregate and you pour it over the gravel. Now we're not
over the holes.
Over the holes or over the screening. You don't want to try to make a layer.
Okay.
It's just trying to cover that. That keeps the roots from filling in or going out through the bottom.
Okay.
Then we take bonsai soil, which is a baked clay base type soil media.
Really loose?
It is loose, but it has very coarse, it looks like perlite, but it's actually calcite clay. Okay. It doesn't break down.
Okay.
So that goes in like so, and I know we're going to try to do this really quick. Then we take our starter bonsai. This one's been in training for about 5 years, so it's in a relatively shallow pot. Then we take a fork or pretty much even your scissors, if it's really root bound, you cut in about 3 places.
Doesn't hurt the plant?
No, we're dealing with the bottom third, so it doesn't hurt. Plus, I just removed a whole bunch of leaves, so whatever damage I do to these roots, I've actually balanced it out. If I remove a third of the roots, I have to remove at least a third of the top of the plant.
Okay.
So we're just going to loosen up these roots a little bit. We're going to remove the bottom third of the roots.
She knows what she's doing, folks.
And then we're going to place it in the pot. We're going to find out where our front and our back is.
Okay.
My front usually looks like grasping arms going around. And then our first instinct is to place it right in the middle. We're going to put it slightly to the side and then to the back.
For interest, just visual
For interest, exactly.
Okay.
And then I want the plant to kind of curve over. And I know we can't do this in just 5 minutes, but I do give a class. It's a 2-hour class, usually twice a year.
Okay.
So you can keep an eye on. Then we take the wire and we wrap it around like so. And we want the wire tight so the plant doesn't lift up and down.
Right.
And you can use either 1 or 2 pieces of wire.
And while she's doing this, the class is great. I've actually taken it. I still had some residual fear. But it's so much fun to watch her just go to work on some of these plants. We have tons of bonsai here at Tagawa's. We have lots of pots. I know you're going to tell me you're going to leave this a little mounded, a little up out of the pot.
We call that a berm, exactly.
A berm, okay. So come learn about berms, come learn about bonsai, come pick Dee's bonsai brain. Come see us at Tagawa's. We'd be so happy to help you be green and grow.